Hello, this is Bridget Raw with Divine Essentials. Alright, guys, so many of you know that I have another channel and I do have an in-home business. So part of the reason I started this channel is because I am a practitioner and I am a mentor for the MUNAY Key. And part of the MUNAY Key, I send people home with homework, and part of it's meditation. So the next two uploads that I do after this are going to be meditations for the MUNAY Key, but you're all welcome to listen to them. One is for the seer's right, which helps us to see from a different perspective. And then the other is for the rights to come. So it will be connecting to the stars and then to that role of being a creator in this world and taking stewardship on for all things, big and small, within existence and creation. So I just wanted to do a quick little pick-a-pile for my subscribers that are here for readings and information and things like that, and let you know that the next two are going to be meditations, but then after that I'll probably do another pick-a-pile. I also plan to get some of those answers to the questions that have come through and get going on some other things here. So if you have questions about your spiritual journey and things like that, I've seen a lot of you have been commenting. I'm going to be honest, I'm so overwhelmed. There's so many people in so many places. But I am going to go through the comments and look for things and bring that aspect into what I also do on this channel. So there's also going to be like informational videos about how to balance your root chakra, what crystals to use and things like that. But this is just going to be a little quick check-in. I did receive 2 new decks from a subscriber on the Bridget Rao channel. She has purchased me a lot of decks, so I always say thank you when I receive some. And this is going to just be what your soul needs to know from the shamans, okay? So you can pick 1, 2, or 3. And this is the Shamanic Dream Oracle deck, and then the Lover's Oracle. So we're going to see what comes through. Hey, what's up? My dog's trying to get my attention. I just finished an hour reading for the other channel, and I've been over here doing readings for privates as well, so she's getting frustrated with me. But soul retrieval, earth, and the middle world. And then from here we have, give thanks for the blessings of love soon to come your way. Know that you deserve to be and have all that your heart truly desires. And when I saw that, that reminds me, there's another card that I have that's like Soul Whisper, I believe. And then forgiveness. Stop focusing your energy on past events, for life is too precious to waste. You create your reality by what you think, dream, and imagine. All right, so I'm kind of seeing a theme here, and with Earth and Middle World, that's a pretty similar energy in itself. So the Middle World is our lived reality. It's where we are here. It's our conscious, waking state. And so Earth is where we're in that middle world, we're in that third dimensional energy. And when we're in this third dimensional energy, it's easy to get triggered, it's easy to get frustrated, it's easy to have people bombarding us with their energies. And at times it's hard to look at the things that we should be grateful for. We get into this routine of awakening and going through the motion day in and day out. But it's like this, I feel like, is saying to look at Earth, to look at this place that you live, this lived reality that you're existing in, and realize that whatever you're focusing on, whatever you're thinking, and dreaming and imagining is what you're creating. Okay? So we are the creators of our reality, and if we're focused on the mundane and like the crap and the things that don't feel so good, we're going to attract more of that into our life and onto the earth. And I feel like many of the people who come to this channel, you're a light worker, you're a starseed, you're a healer. And so if you've been finding yourself kind of getting like a little stagnant or unsure of how to best use your gifts and how to, tap into that reservoir of creation inside of you to bring forth abundance, to bring forth healing, to dream into being a new reality for yourself and for the earth, I think a soul retrieval would be very much beneficial. So a soul retrieval is when we go back and we look at things from, either this lifetime or even past lives, but usually a soul retrieval is this life. So you want to go back and ask, like, you can do this through meditation. Usually somebody guides you on it, but you can guide yourself and just lay down with your eyes closed and go back to a trigger. Like, what is it that, feel like your body, what part of your body needs healing? Is it connected to your solar plexus? I feel like a lot of you may have some energy here that needs to be reconnected. You need to take that power back to create, to feel that confidence, to overcome this ego world and the madness of the lived reality, the chaos of the physical. So go back here and into this place, and it could be anywhere on your body. It could be your sacral, it could be your root. It's usually the lower three, all right? Usually the things that need the most healing are the lower three, not always, but I feel those are the majority. And so let's just say, for example, it's your power. I want you to close your eyes and go back to the last time somebody tried to take your power from you. Did somebody do something at work? Did somebody, say something to you at home? Was it a mother? Was it a brother? Was it, an ex? Was it, who was it? Who took your power? Who made you feel powerless over a situation? Who made you feel powerless over this world and your place on this earth? And instead of reliving it, don't relive that experience. Just see it and observe it from a higher perspective, and then rewrite it. Retrieve it. Retrieve that part of your soul that felt like it was powerless. What did it look like, taste like, smell like, feel like, to see you in your power in that moment, not allowing somebody else to make you feel small, not allowing somebody else to take that power from you to create something different in that moment. So rewrite it, all the details of it, and then go further back. Okay? Go further back to the time before that, when somebody else took your power. And then you're going to go all the way back. You're going to go through all of them, all the way to the first time you can remember somebody took your power away from you. And it was probably like your mom or something. Maybe you were having fun and she told you, stop, be serious. And so your power to have fun was taken in that moment. And so maybe for the rest of your life, you've always felt powerless over experiencing fun. Okay, like something like that is going to be connected, all right? And it's going to be different for everybody. And if it was like your sacral, it's likely something to do with relationships, how you feel with the relationship to yourself, how you feel with the relationship to Earth. A lot of starseeds, a lot of light workers get a little resentful of this place because it's so like bombarding of your energy, and you get drained. People take and take and take. And that's why I feel like a majority of you, it's going to be your power. But this can also be connected to your relationships. Which relationships did you allow to be taking and taking and taking? Go all the way back to that first time and rewrite it. And don't allow that to ever start, because if that never started, you wouldn't even have to ever rewrite the other ones. So really, it's more about going all the way back to the first one to rewrite it. But I feel like it's beneficial to rewrite them all, because they're still there in your consciousness. They're still there in your energy. You can rewrite the first one and break the chain throughout the energy cycle, but I feel like it's good to go back through them all. And then for your root, like where don't you feel safe in this lived world? Are you constantly running around trying to get money? Are you constantly running around looking for the next best thing? Like, is it like your ego ever making you feel scared? Because that's where our root is. It's our basic needs. It's our survival. It's like the base level consciousness where, I gotta take this, and this is for me, and it's a protection mode. So anytime you felt unsafe, and it's likely going to go way back, you're going to rewrite that, and that's going to retrieve that power within you to not have to live in this middle world existence being impacted in that way. And you're going to be forgiving, you're going to forgive it through rewriting it. You're going to heal. And then you're going to start dreaming into being this new reality for yourself, where this chaotic place is balanced. It's whole. You're in your power. You've retrieved the parts of yourself that have been missing, so that you can infinitely assist the collective and be grateful for all that's coming to you. Because when you do this work, you open up to abundance. You open doorways of transformation. So it's time to do that. It's time to plant, those roots down deep in the earth and anchor the higher level consciousness into this earth. Assist in rewriting the trauma of the earth. Connect with Pachamama. Connect with the spirit of the earth and ask her, what part of her needs healing. She has her own chakras, she has her own energy. Ask her the first time she felt powerless over things, and I guarantee you it probably connects to humans. But, you know, I feel like this is like us, it's that call to action to retrieve the parts of yourself that need it, and to assist in retrieving the parts and energy that the earth is needing at this time, and to start being in that place of gratitude and forgiveness so that you can attract more beautiful experiences into your life. Okay? So I hope that this assists you. If it did, you can hit like. If it didn't, you can dislike. Either way, that helps me out. I'm going to move on to pile number 2. 10:30. And so this is again just messages. The next 2 videos that I'm going to be doing here is for my shamanic work that I do. I'm a mentor for the MUNAY key, and some of the people asked me to do guided meditation for them for 3 of the rites. So I'm going to do one for the seer's rite and one for the rites to come, which is going to connect with the stars and connect with that ability to create. But I wanted to get, you know, a little energy check-in for my regulars here that like the pick-a-piles, and just let you know that I'm going to be uploading those 2 meditations soon. And then I'm also going to be doing more of these pick-a-piles, but I'm going to be bringing some other things on here that I was supposed to do a while ago. Then the channel took off and it kind of got crazy and I'm overwhelmed. So I'm trying to get back into that flow of doing the things that I set out to do here. So we have the Seer, Magic, and the Andean Cross. And these are just like shamanic-y messages for you to help your soul. What shamanic message is your soul needing at this time? And we have look inside yourself, examine what is causing you to feel this way. And you may not always understand why certain things happen. However, there is always a higher purpose to the events in your life. Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. Okay, so with these 2 down here, I'm feeling like, you know, you may have recently been through something. And I mean, maybe not even in this lifetime. It could have been in another lifetime that something went down. But it's like you may not be seeing it. You may not be realizing, like, there's a reason why you're feeling the way you're feeling. And this doesn't necessarily have to be a negative thing. This could be a positive thing. Like, but just with you may not always understand why certain things happen. I feel like for some of you, it could be like there was some turmoil that you went through, something negative, but it's turning into something positive. Usually people who awaken have seen a lot of darkness. You know, you've come in, you've incarnated to experiences, to really step into empathy through experiencing a lot of turmoil. So when you look inside yourself, you're going to figure out why you're feeling the way you feel, because you know there's something more to this world. You know that there's something more than that turmoil that you've experienced or the pain that you've gone through. You know, so I feel like Spirit's just reminding you to look at things from a higher perspective. So the Seer is all about tapping into like that awareness and to look through the eyes of our heart and our soul. And it's very much connected with like the Jaguar energy. So the Jaguar does the same thing. You know, it's like, oh no, I'm sorry. The Jaguar helps us with our relation. I'm seeing this energy here. The Jaguar helps us with our relationships. The Eagle Condor helps us to see through the eyes of our heart and our soul. But the Jaguar helps us to see the parts of our relationship with ourselves and with others, and like eats away the energetic debris that's there. Okay, so it's like you're tapping into this ability to see through different perspectives as well. It's not just seeing through your eyes, it's seeing through the eyes of your heart, your soul, but it's also seeing through the eyes of others, seeing a different perspective that you maybe wouldn't have ever even looked at, you know, within your relationships. It's seeing it from the 4 levels of perception, where it's like, you know, the base root chakra energy is like the serpent level, where you're just in this like survival mode. You know, the serpent would take something, like if there was a meal presented, it would eat the whole thing. You know, it's like that base need, like survival instinct energy. When you're down there, things aren't so clear. But then you rise up, you get into a little bit more of that creative Jaguar spirit energy. And here it's like you have that knowing that I don't have to take everything right in this moment. I can save some for later. You get a little bit more creative in the way that you're, you know, living and protecting yourself and you're surviving. And then you come up to the next level, which is that energy of the hummingbird. And this is where you have that strength and that power to overcome any journey that you're facing. But it also reminds you to tap into the sweetness of life, to stop and to enjoy the journey, and know that you can make it and you can fight for yourself. Like, I feel like some of you need to establish better boundaries around you, but you don't have to be in that like protective, I have to fight mode, because if you've been through a lot of trauma in the past, that can be something you're expecting. Like, this person's going to hurt me, something's going to go bad. But no, you can rise up into that next level of feeling like you're good. You're protecting yourself. You've got what it takes now. You know how to recognize. You know how to see the tricksters before they can trick you. You know how to recognize this because your soul has evolved while you've been here going through all these levels of your perception on this planet. But the ultimate place to go, the creator state, is to get into that eagle condor energy, to see above the storms of life. The eagle doesn't stay down here when it starts pouring rain. The eagle rises up above it while all the other animals scatter and look for protection, and they get into that base survival instinct mode. Some of them are a little bit more creative. They already have a place that they've picked out. Some of them just endure it. But the eagle is smart enough to go up above it. And then from up there, they can see the interconnectedness of all things. They can tap into that magic. So I feel like Spirit has been giving you magic, has been giving you synchronicity, confirmation, trying to show you like you can transform. And with the Andean cross, this is the Shakana. The Shakana is a portal. It is a bridge to the other world. It's helping you to access, to see this magic, to access a higher state of awareness and consciousness, to look inside of yourself. Because this isn't a portal outside. This isn't a portal. It's a portal into the universe, but it's a portal into yourself. It's a portal into the magic of yourself, into the understanding and to that awareness, to see things from a new way of seeing. And then all of these things connect with different elements. We have the north, south, east, and west. We have all of the archetypes. We have the jaguar, the hummingbird, the serpent, the eagle condor. And so you want to meditate on this portal, on this information. What do each of these archetypes have to teach you? What are the messages that are coming through from Spirit? What is coming in from yourself? What is it that you need to know about why you're feeling the way that you're feeling? How are you looking at the things in your life? You have this power inside of you to heal and to not, you don't have to know every detail, but you can look at it from different perspectives and then understand on a deeper level, because through all of this, it's helping you to become stronger. It's helping you to help others. You're in this energy of becoming the magician, basically, so that you can transmute all of the things that you've went through and you can see, so you can assist others to then see. And again, this is connected to our throat chakra as well. So it's going to help you to connect with your authentic truth, the truth of your soul, to see from the eyes of your soul. So look inside and start allowing yourself to go through those different levels. Whatever you've been perceiving as something that doesn't feel good, whatever like turmoil that you've experienced, whether it's been recently or in the years prior, look at how it's impacting you right now. Is it keeping you from accessing this place inside of yourself that can release you from, repeating these things again and again? Or, and then allow yourself to just see from that higher perspective, from the creator state. Allow all of the turmoil, all of the crap, they call it the poof state, because it's from that perspective, everything just disappears. And it just is. Everything's just calm. And it's really cool to do it. So if you do this practice, you can look into the mirror with a candle going, no lights. Close one eye and look into your eye. The one, just look into the eye that's open. And relax your gaze. And breathe deeply with the intention to see from the perspective of the serpent. And at this place, you'll start to see energy over your face. Things start to melt and meld. And you may start to see some faces, like it's very similar to the energy of this card. You may see some faces, but they're not all clear. They keep moving. They come in and out of your focus. So then you intend and you breathe up into the jaguar state. And there, you'll see one face more than the others. Maybe the jaguar appears to you time and time again. Keeps coming. Others ones come, but this one you keep noticing the most, okay? And again, this is you, all right? These are all of the parts of yourself, the past lives that you've lived, the animal spirits inside of you. You're going to see a lot, okay? And then you're going to breathe up into the energy of the hummingbird. with the strength to hold one of these faces in place, to connect with its image, to connect with its message. And then you ask the message, and you'll receive it. You have to trust what you receive. And then you're going to breathe up into the creator state, into the poof state, the eagle condor perspective. And when you reach there, you should disappear. So I've done this practice with other people. It's really cool if you do it with another person. Both of you close the right eye, you look left eye to left eye, and you just breathe through this with no light going except for candlelight. You're going to see this person shift in front of your eyes, and then you're going to receive a message from one of those people, but then they freaking disappear. I did it with somebody with an oscillating fan behind them, and like when that person was there, the fan would disappear behind the person, but then when they disappeared, the fan was there. All I could see was the fan, and that person was completely gone. And I was like, oh my God. And I did it with somebody else, and we saw similar things within each other. We both saw the child in each other. We both saw, he saw like a galactic thing in me. I saw knight in shining armor on him. I saw Jesus. It was really cool. But it's really cool to see like how it works through all the different levels, and then you get to the creator thing, and it disappears. So it just shows you how seeing through different things can help you to eliminate the things in your life that are making you feel a certain way. And sometimes we don't get to know why everything happened the way it happened, but we can just trust and know that everything we went through is bringing us to a better alignment in our lives. Okay? So I hope that this assists you. If it did, you can hit like. If it didn't, you can dislike. Either way, that helps me out. But I'm going to move on to number 3. And again, this is just a little check-in for you all, and the next 2 things that I'm going to be uploading are meditations, so I wanted to make sure I got a pick-a-pile out for my regular peeps, and then when I come back I'm going to be uploading 2 meditations, and then I'll do another pick-a-pile. But I'm also going to be mixing in some messages, videos on how to help heal and connect with crystals and balance our chakras and work with like the shamanic things and all of that. But this is just to find out what shamanic message your soul needs to hear right now. So, the owl, wild woman, many paths. So, emotions are a natural and necessary part of life, but they can also distort your perception and cloud your vision. In order to see things clearly, you must let go of resentment. And then, close your eyes and tell yourself that you deserve to feel joyful. You can allow joy into your life regardless of the circumstances you currently find yourself in. All right. So I feel like whatever's going on in your life right now, there's a lot of wisdom to be had from it, because the owl helps us to tap into, like, they help with a perspective, and it's funny because it's like close your eyes, and see things differently. Something's been distorting your perception. It's been clouding your vision. So I feel like the owl is here to help you to regain that wisdom and that ability to see the big picture, to see into the darkness. Think about what the owl represents. The owl is a nocturnal animal. It hunts at night. It's able to move very silently, like you wouldn't even know they're there. They're very extraterrestrial. Like you're probably a starseed for sure. Whenever I see the owl, they remind me of like the avian consciousness, the 12th dimensional consciousness, and their perspective is way different than ours. But it's actually very connected with the many paths. So the many paths is representing like you're in this timeline right here and you're perceiving things in a linear fashion, right? But you live here. There's like a billion other paths all aligned with where you are right now. And at any moment you can shift into one or the other, and they all coexist in this moment. And it's like physics, it's like there's all this stuff. It's quantum theory and all of this stuff, but it does exist there. And it's like the slightest shift can align you to a different one, but most of it comes from the perspective that you're in. So if you're in a perspective of focusing on some part of something that's been distorted, you're going to continue to live in that life, and then you can start harboring resentment for the life that you're living because you're stuck, or you're like limiting yourself. You're not allowing yourself to see through the darkness of a situation. You're just kind of staying in this one place, and so you're attracting to you more of that path. But if you allow yourself to tap into the wisdom of the owl to see through the darkness and to silently navigate through it, back into that place of your spirit. You're going to break free into that wild woman energy, which is about releasing yourself from limitations, releasing yourself from living the same old thing over and over, or attracting something to you that you don't want to be within. It's that freedom of expression to say, you know what, I feel this and I feel it proudly, and start attracting the path towards you that takes you out of the one that you may be currently residing within, that is maybe not necessarily anything bad with it. It's just maybe you don't feel totally aligned with it. You don't feel totally free. There's a part of you that's not being expressed. There's an inner wild woman screaming to come out of you. And if you're a man, it's like that wild part inside of you that wants to just express yourself. You want to be wild and crazy, but society has conditioned us to think like, well, if I do that, they're going to lock me up. If I say that, like, we all have these thoughts. We all think about, why are we here? You know, what are we doing? There's more to life. I mean, if you're on this channel, I'm going to assume that. There's people out there who don't. But it's that wild woman inside of you that's like wanting to break out. So whatever things that have been kind of holding you back, I feel like the owl is helping you to access that place of your becoming, to access and to create a new path for yourself where you're not going to be, you know, looking at something in a clouded way or not. And I also feel like people may be seeing like a clouded version of you. It's almost like you're not really fully expressing the truth that is inside of you. Like, I'm a starseed. A lot of people who wake into the starseed stuff, they don't go running around telling people that, because of all of the like conditioning that society has done to people, where it makes them feel like, if I tell people this, they're going to like think I'm nuts, or they're going to think I'm lying or whatever. Like, if you see the starships or the light ships at night, if you've connected with like the extraterrestrial consciousness, if you've seen the beings, like, you know, so part of it keeps you like broken down a little bit when it comes to the 3D world, you know, like living in the mundane. I feel like this is like your spirit saying it's time to find your tribe. It's time to find that path that allows you to connect with that wisdom that's inside of you, to find the people who are going to assist you to break free. So, I mean, yes, you can go to your 9-to-5 job and do whatever you do and still live in this path, but there's other paths available that are going to allow that inner like wild crazy side to come out and not be judged. I feel like a lot of people in this pile may be worried about being judged, or even maybe feeling like they're crazy themselves, which when I first awoken, I looked up schizophrenia, I looked up like all of these things, because I was like, what is wrong with me? Why do I know this? Why is this information coming into my head? Why? And I just assumed I was nuts. But I was not. It was just a spiritual awakening. And from then on, other people may label you nuts, but it doesn't matter. So whatever circumstances you are right now, it's okay to feel joyful. It's okay to allow that joy to come out of you, regardless of the circumstances, regardless if people are going to laugh at you or they're going to think that you're crazy. Who gives a shit? We only live once, you know? So I feel like Spirit's saying it's time to align to the path that's going to bring you actual joy, that's going to bring you people that embrace this of you, that are gonna like applaud it. Do you know how many people come onto this channel and they're so grateful for these messages? There's people that need these messages, and you're one of the people that can bring these messages. You have that perspective inside of you, but it's being clouded right now because you're not allowing yourself to fully express it. So it's like you have this wisdom, but you're moving silently through it. You're not allowing this part of yourself to come out. It's like you've got it all up in there. You know all the answers. You know you're not freaking crazy, but you're allowing this part to be stifled because, you know, what people will say or what people will think. And I totally get that. I don't run around being like, hey, I'm a starseed. But I do publicly post these, you know. It was a big shift for me to get here. I remember in the beginning, I just found like people in a group online on Facebook. And then from there, I ended up on a radio talk show with Larry Locken. And then with my mentor for the MUNAY Key, we did a Blu-ray show. And then I started doing readings. Well, I started doing a lot of stuff with a tribe nearby me, and then I started doing this stuff, and this is like predominantly what I do now. It takes up a majority of my time and my energy, but it's a path that we go on, and it's a process, it's a journey. So you may be at different points of it, but regardless of where you're at, your spirit is calling and saying it's time to step out a little bit more. It's time to take that next that next leap on your path. And it's right here, it's available to you, but I feel like you're right here, you know, kind of like maybe you like dip into it silently a little bit here and there, but then you come back because of the people around you. So they're saying just close your eyes and allow yourself to go there through the darkness, because that's going to help you to see through the distortion. It's going to help you to see through the perspective, to make the things clearly, and let go of any resentment against yourself for this path, and let go of any resentment of people around you who may judge you or may like label you crazy or who don't understand you. Just let it go. Just be you, and just know that nobody else has to understand you except for you. Nobody else has to know anything except for you, but you have to be you at the end of the day, and people are going to have to be okay with that. Or, like I said, you're going to find your new tribe. You're going to find the people that your soul resonates with, and that may shift again, time to time. I've shifted my tribe many times. It's okay. You just need to be you, and you can't hold back you for anybody else. And I think you know that inside of you, but you're not always allowing yourself to express it fully. So it's time to express that part of yourself that's like screaming to come out. You know, get yourself out there into the energy. Start being that wild spirit, delivering this wisdom to the earth, because it's needed, to other people. You know, maybe you need to be a reader or a healer, you know, stepping into like even just coordinating events where people can come together and drum, or people can come together for a guided meditation, or just whatever your soul's calling you to do, to how you can express this wild woman. Maybe there's a dance thing that needs to be done. There's somebody in my area that they play all these different instruments, but they invite, you know, all these people to come, and they all dance and they all play their drums and they do their dancing, and they just express that wild part of themselves. And even like a fire ceremony, when we go to the fire ceremonies, we do deep healing work, but then we party, like we have fun. So these paths can merge, and you can express this stuff in many different ways. So I feel like Spirit's just saying it's time to, like, if you've been feeling like there's like more like that you want to express, but you're not quite sure how, you know, get creative with it and ask your soul, because your soul knows. So I hope that this assists you. If it did, you can hit like. If it didn't, you can dislike. Either way, that helps me out. If you'd like to donate to the channel, there's a link down below. If you'd like to send a deck, there's an Amazon wish list down below. Thank you again, Kristen, for these 2 new decks. I love them. Thank you to everybody who's been donating, commenting, and subscribing. I have just been so overwhelmed that I like can't keep up. There's 16,000 on the Bridget Rao channel and like 5,000 over here now. And then I have my Divine Essentials Facebook page with over 11,000 people. And then I do stuff in person, and I have like dogs and a life and things. So it's just been hard for me to keep up with everything. But I'm really going to start trying to balance out between this channel and the other channel more, because I do enjoy these messages. They feel more healing. They feel more aligned to my mission work. So I'm going to really be trying to do that. In the meditations that are coming for the channel, you are more than welcome to use them in your own life. One is about perspective, and the other 2 are for like connecting to the stars, and then stepping into that role as creator. So they really are beneficial for people. But other than that, thank you guys very much. In MUNAY, namaste.